Hi friends, welcome to my channel. In this video, we will discuss a C program in which a user will enter a character and your program should tell whether that character is alphabet or not. So let's understand the question more clearly. So as you know, the alphabets are from capital A to capital Z and small a to small z. And all the rest character like at the rate, hash or any digit 1, 2, 3, they are not alphabet. So our output should look like this. When we run our program, we should be asked that enter a character and user enters a character, let's say B. So our program should tell that B is alphabet. And if we enter, let's say capital B, then it is also alphabet. So it should say capital B is also alphabet. And if we enter a character other than these alphabets, then we should be told that that character is not alphabet. And let's say if you enter any digit, for example 2, then this 2 is a digit. This is not an alphabet. So our program should say 2 is not alphabet. So I hope you have understood the question and you have understood that how our output will look like. So now let's see how we will solve this question. So as we discussed, the alphabets are from capital A to capital Z and small a to small z. That means any character between this range or this range will be an alphabet. And you also know that in C language, each character has a unique integer value. That unique integer value is called ASCII value. So capital A has ASCII value 65, capital B has 66 and so on. Same way, small a has ASCII value 97, small b has 98 and so on. Now you also know that in this question, we have actually two choices. A character can be an alphabet or that character cannot be an alphabet. For example, if you enter capital A, then that character will be alphabet. But if you enter, let's say at the rate, hash, 1, 2, any of the digit, then it will not be an alphabet. So that means any character which is in the range of capital A to capital Z and small a to small z will be an alphabet. And all the rest character will not be an alphabet. So here we have to decide whether we want to go to this way or this way. That means here we will use control statement because we do not have to print both the answers, alphabet and non-alphabet together. We have to print either alphabet or non-alphabet message. So that means we will ask the user to enter the character, and if that character is in this range, capital A to capital Z or small a to small z, then that character is alphabet. Otherwise, that character is not alphabet. So we will use if and else in our C program for the solution of this question. So actually we will be using two approaches to solve this question. In approach number 1, we will not use any inbuilt function. While in approach number 2, we will use a inbuilt function which is already present in C. That is, we will use isalpha function. So approach number 1 is just similar to what we have discussed just now. And let's see the flowchart for this approach 1. And after that, we will see that how we can solve this question using approach number 2, that is using isalpha function. So here is the flowchart for our question. So first we will input the character from the user. So we have written input ch. Then we are checking the condition whether our character is in the range of capital A to capital Z or small a to small z. Then that character will be alphabet and then we are going to stop. And if it is not in that range, then we are just saying that character will not be alphabet and then we stop. Now how we are checking this condition? So let's say if I enter the character as capital B. So this is saying that if my character is greater than equal to A and it should be lesser than or equal to Z. That means it should be in this range including A and Z. So in that case, this condition will be true. So here or means either this condition or either this condition should be true. If any of these condition is true, then we will go to this path. That is, we will say this is alphabet, right? So in case of capital B, it is greater than A and it is smaller than Z. So we are coming to this path and we are saying that CH is alphabet. And let's say if we enter any small case, for example, if we enter, let's say small b. So in this case, this small b is not greater than A and not greater than Z. That means that small b is not in this range. So this will be false. That means this total condition will be false. But in OR, we are checking that if any of the condition is true, then whole condition will be true. So we have to check this condition also, because my character can be in this range. So here I will check if my ch, that is small b, is greater than small a and lesser than small z. So yes, small b lies within this range. So this condition will be true. So here my one of the condition is getting true. So I will be saying my total condition is true. And I will come here and I say that character is alphabet, that small b is alphabet. And I'm going to stop. Here one important thing to note is when we are checking whether my ch is in this range, that is we are checking ch with capital A, capital Z or small z, then actually we are comparing this ch with the ASCII value of this capital A or capital Z or small a. So in case of this B, you know the ASCII value of this is 66. So here we are actually checking whether my 66 is greater than this 65, the ASCII value of A. So this 66 is greater than 65, yes, and this 66 is lesser than equal to the ASCII value of Z is 90. So both the condition are true, that is it is greater than 65 and this is lesser than 90. So in this way actually the checking is getting done. In the same way here also the checking is getting done. So the ASCII value are actually compared internally. So let's say if you enter the character as @, so you know this is actually not a alphabet. That means this character is not lying in this range or in this range. So my answer should come as not alphabet. So the ASCII value of this @ is not lying between the ASCII range of this or this. So when both the conditions are false, then we will definitely come to this path and we will say that particular cs, in this case @ is not alphabet, and we are going to stop. So in this way this whole flowchart is working. Now let's see how we will write the C program for this question. So here I have written the basic structure of the C program. I have included the header file stdio.h so that I can use printf and scanf in my program. Then I have started the main function. So first we have to take the input from the user as we discussed, and then we will check whether that character is alphabet or not. So as we have to take a character, so we will take char and we can take any variable name. Let's say I take ch. Now in ch I will scan a character. Now I will scan the value inside this ch using %c because ch is a character variable. So I will say %, of ch. Now I will use if and else statement. So I will say if and then body of the if, and else I will say that yes, my character is not alphabet. So here I have to write the condition. So here I have written the condition as we discussed in our flowchart. So here I have replaced that AND with this logical AND and OR with that logical OR as we have in the C programming. So this OR says either this condition or this right hand side condition can be true. If any of the condition is true, then I will come to the if block or if body. And this AND operator says that the character should be strictly in the range of capital A to capital Z. And here also from small a to small z. So if any of the condition is true, I will say that character is alphabet. And if both the condition are false, let's say if we enter @, so in that case this if condition will be false. So in that case I will come to the else and I will say that character is not alphabet. So this is our complete program. So let's compile it. So my program is asking to enter a character. So let's say if I enter a character, let's say capital D. So capital D is alphabet, so my program is correct. And let's say if I enter small d, so small d is also alphabet, so it is correct. And let's say if I enter @, so @ is not alphabet, so my program is saying @ is not alphabet. So that means my output is correct. And let's say if you enter any digit, for example 2 is again not alphabet, so my program is working fine. Now one last thing that I want to tell you is instead of this capital A and capital Z, small a, small z, you can replace them using their ASCII values too. That means you can write these ASCII values also. Why? Because internally the C compiler replace the character with their ASCII values. So we can also use directly in our C program the ASCII values of this character. And this program will also works fine. Let's see. If you enter, let's say capital A, this is alphabet. And let's say if you enter hash, which is not alphabet, so it is not alphabet. So this is also working fine, or you can use the characters also as we have discussed previously. Now let's see the approach number 2. In this approach, we will use isalpha function. This function is actually already built in C language, and this function tells me that whether the character which is given to it is alphabet or not. So here is the syntax for isalpha function. This function takes one integer parameter and it returns a integer value. And this function is declared in ctype.h header file. So whenever we are using this function, we have to include this header file in our program. So what is the return value of this function? So if my passed character is alphabet, that means whatever character that I pass to this function, if it is alphabet, then this function returns a non-zero value. That means any value other than 0. And if the passed character is not alphabet, then this function returns me 0. And here when we are saying non-zero value, so it can be any negative or it can be any positive value other than 0. Now it depends on compiler that what value it returns. Now let's understand this with the help of example. So here I have used isalpha function, and whatever isalpha function will be returning, I am printing with using %d. So here I have passed small g, here capital G, and here hash. So in this case, this small g is a character. So isalpha function should return me a non-zero value. So it can return either any positive or negative value. Now one thing to note here is that small g is a character, and here in the prototype or the declaration of this function, here we have integer parameter. So actually this small g is converted into its ASCII value. So isalpha function will check this g, and this g is a alphabet, so it will return me any non-zero value. So let's say it returns me 1. Now here this capital G is again a alphabet, so I will get a non-zero value. So let's say I get 2. So I will get return value equal to 2. Now here hash is not an alphabet, so I should get 0. So isalpha function will return 0, and I will get return value equal to 0. So this is how the isalpha function works. So you can run this program into your IDE and check the output. So you can get any other value other than 1 or 2 here. It depends on your system or the compiler. But you will get non-zero value for sure if the character is alphabet, and 0 in case the character is not alphabet. So how we can use this isalpha function to check whether our given character is alphabet or not in our question. So let's see. So this is the program that we have discussed in approach 1. So to make this program using isalpha function, I will change this condition inside if, and I will make some minor changes inside this printf. Now before that, I have included the header file ctype.h so that I can use isalpha function. So let's see. So here inside the condition, I have written isalpha of ch is equal 0. So if the character that is passed as c, so if the character which is present inside ch, it is alphabet, then I should get any non-zero value. And if it is non-alphabet, that is a special character or any digit, then I should get 0. So let's say if it is a non-alphabet, so let's say inside ch we have hash character. So isalpha of hash is a non-alphabet, so I will get 0 from this part. Now I will check this 0 is equal 0. So it is yes. So inside if I got true. So if of true means I should go inside the if block. And here I have written that %c is not an alphabet. So that means that hash is not alphabet. And then I will come out. And let's say if inside ch we have some alphabet, let's say capital B or small b. So in that case, from this isalpha function, I will not get 0. I will get any non-zero value. So in that case, this if condition will be false. And I will come here and I will say that that character is alphabet. So by using the return value of isalpha function, I can make this program. So let's run this program. So let's say I entered character capital B. So B is alphabet. If I enter small b, again it is alphabet. If I enter hash, so hash is not alphabet. That means my program is working fine. So one just last note, if somebody asks how isalpha function will be working internally. So you can say this function will be behaving or working in the similar way as we discussed in the approach 1. That is, it will be checking whether the character is between your capital A to capital Z or small a to small z. And then accordingly, it will be returning 0 or non-zero value. So I hope you have understood the solution, that how we approach our problem and how we write the C program for our question. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so that you can get the notification of the new videos. In my channel, you can find a playlist which consists of many other practice programs in C language, and you can also find a playlist in which I have covered the C programming language from starting to the end. If you have any comment, query or suggestion, please write down in the comment box. See you in the next video. Goodbye.